tutorial we would talk about Django. So Django is a Python based web framework. So in this tutorial we will learn about what requirements we need to have on our machine to run Django. So what tools and code editors we require to have so that we can run Django on your local machine. So before I start, I would like to show the content we are going to be covering in this video. So first we will discuss about Django by the official documentation of the Django. Then we will talk about the tools and code editors, what we require them and why we need them. And then we will talk about how the steps to install Django. So these are the steps how we can install Django and how we can start or create a Django project and a Django app on our local machine. So Django is a high-level Python web framework that encourages rapid development and clean, pragmatic design. So it was built by experienced developers. It takes care of much of the hassle of web development, so you can focus on writing your app without needing to reinvent the wheel. It's free and open source. I think that Django is usually based on MVT pattern, model, view, template. So this I'm referring to the official documentation of the Django. So it says there is a model layer. So model layer is used for structuring and manipulating the data of your web application. So the M stands for model, and this model layer is used for structuring and manipulating the data of your web application. The next we have is the view layer, and the view is responsible to encapsulate the logic responsible for processing a user's request and for returning the response. So all the business logic is encapsulated inside the view layer, and it is responsible for building the logic and how the user can request and how you respond to that particular request. So this is all about in the view layer. So next we have is the template layer. So template layer provides a designer friendly syntax for rendering the information, so how you want to present the data to the user. So all the front end part, that is HTML, CSS, JavaScript, is there in the template layer. So how you can design your front end parts, how you can want to show that data or you show that design your page to the user is all defined inside the template layer. Before we create a Django server on our local machine and we run it on our local machine, you can go to the official website of the Python. You can move to downloads, and according to your operating system you can download Python. And please make sure one thing here, that when you have downloaded the Python and when you run the installer, what you have to do is you will get a window like this on your screen, and it says like install Python 3.6.2 a 64-bit version. What you need to do is make sure to enable this option, that add Python 3.6 to path. So because this would add Python 3. Any version you are using, that is type Python 3.x, the x could be 3.5, 3.6, 3.7, 3.8 to the path, and you can access Python via command line. I will show this you. Yeah, I would open the command line. Yeah, this looks better with a good font size. So what I want you to do is, now when you have installed Python on your local machine, you just need to type Python. It says Python 3.8.1. After downloading and installing Python to your path and running Python from the command line, you can move to SQLite Studio. And the SQLite Studio used to interact with the SQLite database. Initially you are going to work with SQLite database in Django. So you can, this provides you a graphical user interface. So you can click on this link, download Windows binary, open in link. So I'm opening this link in the new tab. So what you can do, according to your operating system, you can download the file from here and install it on your machine. Next, what you can do is install Visual Studio Code. So Visual Studio Code is the code editor we are going to use for this series. We are going to use Visual Code Studio because the best part of this is that it has an integrated terminal inside it. So I can show you this thing, like this is the Visual Studio Code, and like we are doing some projects, so we can interact with the Visual Studio Code as well. Now in third part, like we have covered the A and the B part, and in the third part we are going to see steps to install Django. So what you can do is open your command line. I would recommend you to run this command pip. Pip is a Python based package manager, so it helps you to install packages and libraries externally via command line. So what you need to type is pip install Django. So this will install Django on your machine, but like I have already installed Django on my machine, so it might tell me that requirement already satisfied because I have already installed Django on my local machine. So to check this, what you can do, I would recommend you to type Python. So Python has been run via command line and now type import Django. Now then next you can type Django dot version. So this will return me the Django version which has been installed successfully on my machine. So that this looks great that Django has been installed on my machine. So first what you need to do is pip install Django, and you need to run this command. So next time we are going to work with Visual Studio Code with the integrated terminal. So after opening your terminal, what you need to do is move to desktop, then move to that folder CD programming knowledge. So I am inside this folder, and now I'm going to run directory command. So it shows me that a hello.py file has been and a folder called notes has been there. So what I need to do is Django admin start project. This could be any project name you want to give, my project. Now I would run the directory command. So this says my project there is a folder called my project which has been installed in the current directory, and this is due to this command Django admin start project my project. So oh yeah, you can here see that my project has been installed successfully. Now the Django project has been created, and if you want to start a app, so as I mentioned earlier, that inside this there is a manage.py file. So you can run this file via command line if you specify Python as a prefix to this file name. So in the same way we can run this manage.py file via command line if you use Python as a prefix. So what I'm trying to say is, like, you move to the inside the Django project folder, which is my project named here CD my project. Now what you need to do is run the directory command. So there is a file called manage.py. You can run this file if Python manage.py. So you are able to run this file, but in addition to this, I'm also specifying something start app, and it could be my app. So let me clear one thing here. Yeah, so it's a bit so first I created I was inside my programming knowledge directory, then I created a folder called my project. So this is a Django project. So inside a Django project I created an app which I am specifying like this, Python manage.py. Inside the project folder I'm trying to create an app with the name my app. I want to tell you one thing, that inside a Django project there can be multiple apps. So, or we can say like there can be multiple apps inside a single Django project. Okay, so like by using this command we are going to create an app. So I would say Python manage.py start app my app. So when I move to my folder I would say my app. So my app has been created inside my project folder. In the same way I can do one thing extra. I can do my app too. Oh, so this also works. So like what I told you, that inside my Django project, single Django project, I have created two apps. One is my app and another is my app too. So what I wanted to tell you, that inside a single Django project you can create multiple apps. So far we have moved to this. Now in the last one, what you are going to run, if you want to run the Django server on our local machine, what you need to do is you should be inside your project folder and type Python manage.py run server. So this says Django version 3.0.1 using settings my project.settings starting developer server at this, and this is 127.0.0.1, and this is the 8000 is the port number. So I want to tell you that this is your local host address till 127.0.0.1 and 8000 is your port number. So either you can copy this address or you can simply do one thing. Since 127.0.0.01 is your local host address, what you can type is simply type local host and specify the port number, and port number was 8000. So this would, okay, now you can see this page is being loaded here. So what we can do, we can quit the server with the control break command. I think there seems any issue with this. I would again run this command. Okay, so this shows that this has been, now it has been started on my machine. So now this has, so this is the, so you have to use this command python manage.py run server. So this has started the server on my local machine with the address 127.0.0.1:8000. So this means that that address was localhost and the port number was 8000. I had simply typed localhost colon 8000. So the server is running successfully. So the install worked successfully. Congratulations. So from here you can refer to the Django documentation, tutorial, a polling app, Django community. So till now we made a Django server on a machine and we were able to run that Django server on our machine. So next tutorial we will cover with the request and the response part. So thank you so much guys.